Hello everyone, hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of Shadow Matriarchy and Euphemism, my response to Paul Van der Clay's marriage crisis thingy lately. I'm Grim Grizz on the internet. Oh, over here. This is over here. Okay, so euphemism. Yeah, I don't have time to do it previously on because, like, as he mentioned in today's, he's gonna do a response and he still doesn't get it, so I have to get this part 3 out. Now, euphemism is important thusly.
To take up smoking in increasing numbers, partly because a flood of advertisements in what was America's newest mass medium, national magazines, made smoking attractive. These ads evoked the symbolic values many men already associated with cigarettes: sexual appeal, sophistication, pleasure. But they failed to persuade women to risk the disapproval of their menfolk by taking up cigarettes. Even George Washington Hill, the advertising genius who made Lucky Strikes America's best-selling cigarettes, couldn't figure out how to break through the social barriers that kept women from smoking. So he turned to a public relations genius, Edward Bernays.
He said, "We have a problem. We're losing half the market in America because there is a taboo against women smoking."
Oh, Eddie Bernays, whatever will we do against this terrible taboo? Would the power of euphemism serve us and serve us true?
Particularly smoking in the streets. He said, "I want your help on that." So I said, before I can offer you a suggestion or a recommendation, I would like your authority to visit Dr. A.A. Brill, who was the leading psychoanalyst of his time. So I went to Dr. Brill and I said, "Can you tell me what cigarettes mean to women?" And as quick as that, he said, "Cigarettes to women are torches of freedom that they use to dramatize their objection to the taboo against smoking by men." And then...
What's that? What? But he didn't even take credit for it. He's like, "I went and stole it from Dr. Brill."
He added as an afterthought, "and they titillate the erogenous zones of the lips." So I left and wondered what to do with that information. And I decided we would get debutantes to light torches of freedom in the Easter parade to protest man's inhumanity to women by the taboo against smoking.
And so there, you see one of the dangers of euphemism, the uptick in lady smoking, which we all know now to be terribly, terribly bad for them. Here's some more examples. I don't know what this hand sign is or why I happen to have paused this "How Birth Control Works" from the skim at 33 seconds, but hey, I did.
Cross fingers, the emergency method, which you know as Plan B, and the hormonal method, aka the pill. The pill is the most common form of birth control. More than 20% of women who can reproduce take it every single day. But here's how it actually works.
Over 20% of women. It's so normal. It's so normal, everyone.
Without any birth control, a woman's body releases an egg every month. The pill stops that from happening. Most pills increase a combo of hormones, estrogen and progesterone. These hormones send signals to your body to not drop an egg into the uterus. And as backup, the hormones also send...
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. What could those hormones be telling your body? Could it be saying, "Hey, body, you're already pregnant. Let's go through those hormonal changes"? Could that be it? No, surely not that, right? It's just
signals to the uterus to thicken its lining, so that if an egg accidentally drops, it has a hard time attaching to the uterine wall. No egg means any sperm that makes it to the uterus gets stood up. And sperm can hang around in a uterus for up to 5 days before they die. The pill puts estrogen and progesterone into your body for about 21 days a month.
completely normal. Alter your hormones for freedom from not being able to have sex. The fun sex. You know, you like the orgasm. Yes. Well, what if God uses that as a portal to put another human on the planet? We can stop that. You see, you tell your body you're pregnant already. And so as it goes, he euphemized in the front of this high masculine status doesn't give women what it gives a man. Vidya. By using the word feminism.
We have to talk honestly about these issues because the boy crisis, the marriage crisis, these things are causing a huge amount of suffering in people's lives. So I want to talk more about this. I'm going to take apart this statement because I know especially some of my friends to the left are not going to be happy with this statement, but I've been making them unhappy for the last 3 years, so some of them sure have written me off.
And that's what we love about you, Paul. You're willing to be honest in this time of Kek Omega. So anyway, you euphemized feminism there, sir. It's anti-natalism and part of the war on the family. And I don't remember. I know that I think it's in one of the first 2 parts of this review where you say the phrase, "we're 2 generations deep." It's when you're reading your own writing, which is brilliant, by the way. The writing and reading it, both. The internet is interneting. Anyway, you say we're 2 generations deep. And that, my good man, is the heart of mice and mankind. You shouldn't ever have to explain art, Vidya. But I said I would, and here it is. The explanation of my clip collage, for I am a clip lord in the mimetic war of 2021. It starts off with the part about from Frederick Knudsen's deep dive rabbit hole into the mice of Nim experiment, the mouse utopia experiments. If you're searching yourself, the thing is that there was no behavioral sync when they looked at the humans, and that's the part I highlight at the front.
Despite the suggestions of Calhoun's rats, humans in cities reacted differently or sometimes opposite the manner that researchers expected, depending on the location. No matter how they tried, no evidence of a widespread behavioral sync could be found in urban areas.
And that was like from the 70s, that study. So the next part of the video, I show how the experimentations have continued via Facebook. Also, look up LifeLog, the DARPA program.
Depends on how you filter it, and it depends on the cultural framework that you're coming from. I read an article a long time ago, 7 years ago, 2012. It was about Facebook, and it said Facebook runs on envy. Envy is the fuel of Facebook.
He spent his time on new subjects as he continued to perfect his enclosures and experiments until finally,
There, I used the cut-in of the other thing to imply that Facebook was a continuation of these type of experiments. And then, the important bit that the scientist guy himself actually found.
After 11 years, Calhoun revealed his magnum opus through an article he entitled Death Squared, which was published in the journal Proceedings of the Royal Society of Medicine in January of 1973. The lengthy opening to this article was undeniably apocalyptic. Calhoun wrote, "I shall largely speak of mice, but my thoughts are on man, on healing, on life and its evolution. Threatening life and evolution are the 2 deaths, death of the spirit and death of the body. Evolution, in terms of ancient wisdom, is the acquisition of access to the tree of life. Unquote.
And then I go on to show the acquisition of ancient wisdom as described by Camille Paglia in her talk with Jordan Peterson, whom we all know and love.
One of the biggest unexamined issues, right, is the transition from the great extended family of old, okay, into the nuclear family. Okay?
And then
Freud is the best analyst of the
Phase was characterized largely by an entire generation of young who had been rejected by their mothers early and forced to leave the nest, and they were therefore unable to exhibit normal social behavior. This manifested in numerous ways. The females of this generation had far fewer children, and those that did have children lacked the maternal instincts necessary to raise them beyond weaning.
that is the bit. That is the bit like I did in the first one. I'm pausing and I'm underlining. We're as you said, 2 generations deep into that already.
Goes on to describe the males of this generation.
And the rest of the video highlights this resonance.
Non-reproducing females were soon dubbed the beautiful ones. They never engaged in sexual approaches toward females, and they never engaged in fighting, and so they had no wound or scar tissue. Thus, their pelage remained in excellent condition. Their behavioral repertoire became largely confined to eating, drinking, sleeping, and grooming, none of which carried any social implications beyond that represented by contiguity of bodies.
We are the hottest generation that's ever lived, sort of a thing. And the whole concept of that is
that's Richard Grannon and Tentacle Croissant. Go figure. So, there you go. There's shadow matriarchy is the power that women always held underneath by controlling the men in their own households. Okay, that's the shadow matriarchy, and we've lost it, and it was how the women shared the knowledge of how to raise people. We've lost that. These are the things that are not being spoken of, to my mind, well enough in this marriage crisis. This destruction of the larger family unit down to the nuked family, and then now population 1, as in here. This is where you're going if you don't fix the family thing.
Get ready for the feel of real. That's what. No pain, no gain.
Get ready for the feel of real. No pain, no gain. No reality, you earn your I am currently being offered opportunities to research digital income via cryptocurrencies and such on my side gig via Twitter. And this is why. This is where we're going. But at least we'll be 6 feet apart the whole time. Okay, there you go. Like, don't let people euphemize experimental mutagen therapy is something it's not. God bless everyone. Bye-bye. Yeah, choking is hard. This is the future intended for us. Enjoy.